Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 384. Alright, so the first and only news story. So I've been missing from YouTube for a little bit, so I'm going to play a little bit of catch up on the news stuff. So basically, we have Sting on Twitter basically teasing a match against The Undertaker. I mean, this is a match, people have wanted for a very long time. We have Sting, Undertaker, two legends in the business of professional wrestling, each, great faces of their respective different companies, actually face off at WrestleMania or something. And this is something, there's a backstage rumor that Vince McMahon does not like this idea, he doesn't want it to happen. Maybe that has something to do with the match, maybe it wouldn't be as good as it once would have been if they would have done it, a while ago. But, I mean, it still could happen nonetheless. Undertaker's saying he's retired and all that, but who knows if he's actually done. But if we only had one last match and people to actually know in their heads this is going to be the last match for Undertaker, this would be a great one to do. But I don't know if they'll do it. But Sting's kind of teasing it on Twitter, so who knows what could happen with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that was the only confirmed thing to talk about today. So now, we're going to get into some juicy stuff. So don't you guys go anywhere. I'm going to use my catchphrase, which is on a t-shirt, on a juice box, available on the Brandon Hodge merchandise store for those interested. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all the news stories. And now, we're going to talk about some juicy rumors. All right, the first rumor. The first rumor is about WWE buying other independent companies. So Evolve is, I hate to say this, Evolve Pro Wrestling was a indie wrestling, thing that was quite popular, but WWE have, I don't know, not necessarily WWE, it's more the pandemic and them not being able to do shows kind of put them under, and there's rumor going around right now that WWE has actually purchased Evolve Pro Wrestling, so they actually own, all their library, all the, shows they've done previously that they have recorded and stuff. WWE own all that footage, so they have, wrestlers who are currently in WWE who used to be in Evolve. They also have, probably people going to sign in the future who were with Evolve, and now they can actually use the footage from Evolve on, the network or on TV or something, whatever they want to do, they own the rights to that now. Alright, the next rumor is about Shayna Baszler. So Shayna Baszler has kind of dropped off the map. A lot of people have been like, what happened to Shayna? Is she injured? What is going on with Shayna Baszler? Apparently Vince McMahon has nothing for her right now. Creative has nothing for Shayna Baszler right now. Vince reportedly doesn't like her character. It just doesn't, I guess, check his boxes for women's wrestlers or whatever. So that's why Shayna Baszler is missing right now. They don't really have anything for her creative-wise. I mean, she could wind up, on NXT soon. I don't know, but as of right now, they don't have nothing for her main roster-wise. Maybe they'll change in the future, but as of right now, they are not planning anything to do with Shayna Baszler. All right, the next rumor. The next one's kind of interesting. So it's about having a mask on. It's more for the people who are, in the crowd during Raw and SmackDown. Apparently right now, they're actually finally mandating that you have to wear a mask if you're going to be in the crowd of Raw and SmackDown. If you were seen not wearing a mask, you will be fined $500. $500. This is a lot of money for some of these guys who are just coming up and who just got signed, who don't have any money, or kind of just relying on the money they're getting from WWE to be trained and all that. So that's a lot of money for them. So something that's kind of crazy, the first offense is $500. Second offense, and anything past the first offense, you're gonna get fined $1,000. So they've gone a long way. There was a rumor going around a while ago that WWE would not allow anyone to wear a mask. They're like, no, don't wear a mask. They look stupid. Don't wear them. And now, since they've had positive cases, they have changed their minds that oh yeah, we should probably wear masks now. In fact, if you don't wear a mask, we're going to fine you $500 for the first time, and if we see you doing it a second time, we're fining you another $1,000. So, I mean, it's crazy the way they are, but maybe they're finally learning that this is a serious thing. They need to be taken seriously, and the sooner they get everything under control within the company, the sooner we can return to actually doing shows. Which brings me on to the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I'll be talking about inside of this episode of WWE News and Rumors. So this one is, it's about SummerSlam. So SummerSlam is the next large, the the next part of the big four pay-per-views, right? So we were able to have Rumble with a crowd. WrestleMania was the next one, and we had to have that without a crowd, unfortunately. SummerSlam's the next one, and it's kind of up in the air right now if we're going to have this with or without a crowd. I mean, we're going to have a crowd of some sort, even if it's just, wrestlers, but to have, actually fans be able to buy tickets and travel and go to the show and all of that, it's definitely possible right now. It's not out of the question. In fact, here where I live in Bristol, Tennessee, they are actually doing a show, an event with 30,000 people in 2 weeks. It's going to be a NASCAR race, the NASCAR All-Star Race. It's in Bristol. 30,000 tickets are being sold. I mean, the place holds over 100,000 people, maybe close to 200,000 people, and they're only selling 30,000, which is, very low on the capacity side, but at the same time, it's very possible that WWE could do something like this. They could book one of these giant, NFL stadiums that hold over 100,000 people and only sell, 20, 30,000 tickets and still be within the social distancing guidelines and still be able to have a show. So it's very possible SummerSlam could happen if they got it arranged like that. But it's definitely not going to happen in a place like the TD Garden in Boston where it's just so small and it's so compact that we cannot put groups 6 feet apart and just have a reasonable amount of people, unless we're only having 1,000 people at the show. So they're gonna have to get a bigger stadium if they're gonna do this. But as of right now, it is actually up in the air if they're doing this or not, because they have positive cases within the company itself, not fans going to the shows. Within the company, the actual performers are getting positive tests. So we're gonna have to get at least that under control before we can even think about having an event happen. But events are happening again all over the country. They're happening, via concerts, some sporting events, like I mentioned, the NASCAR race. They're having, people be able to go to the shows. So, I mean, wrestling would not be the first thing to return. So they're not going to get a bunch of backlash being why are you guys returning so early? So it's definitely possible, but we'll just have to, wait and see what they're going to do. But as of right now, the SummerSlam decision is not made. So they don't know what they're doing. They always have the Performance Center as kind of a backup plan. It does not look like there's a chance in hell it's happening in Boston unless they move it to a big stadium in Boston. But it kind of depends on the state if they're allowing, events and stuff. The Southern United States, the cases are extremely low compared to the rest of the country, so they're having larger events here. So if they move it to the Georgia area or Tennessee area, I mean, Florida's looking like the cases are going back up. So it's just a mess. And everything is just kind of not set in stone yet. But if I hear any update regarding SummerSlam and what they're doing, I will keep you guys posted. So there you guys have it. That's going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a like. If you're brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. It is absolutely free. Turn on the little, push bell, the notification thingy, to be notified when I upload a brand new video. But thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. We have some exciting content coming out this week, so come back to the channel every day and check out the brand new videos. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.